You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Heartbreak hurts for sure, but it doesn't literally hurt our hearts. I was curious about some of the heart pains we do experience, what we should take seriously, and which ones might be just a nuisance. So who better to ask than triple board certified UAMS cardiologist, Dr. Jeanne Wei, who holds a career. Her whole career revolves around the science of the heart, but you haven't fixed heartbreak.
Well,
Don't date, right? Oh, shoot. Okay, I digress.
yes, it's okay. It's good. It's important, for sure.
Well, we're finally talking about a subject that you know the inside and out of it. So
thank
first of
you.
all, I tell people always that you're a triple board certified doctor. Would you
Yes.
explain to people how significant that really is?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Nicole, for having me and for inviting me, for asking me to talk about this. So I went to the University of Illinois, in Illinois, and I received both my medical degree and my PhD from there. And from there, I went on to Johns Hopkins, where I trained in internal medicine and also in cardiovascular medicine. And from Hopkins, I was recruited to Harvard, where I became chief of the gerontology division, and I was director of the division on aging at Harvard, which is the overall umbrella organization. And from there, I got recruited. I finally saw the light, and I joined Arkansas at UAMS, and I'm just so honored to be at UAMS, where I'm the director of the Institute on Aging, and I'm also chief of the geriatrics department. So I have a chance to, care for our patients. I do research, and I also get to mentor the next generation, which all of us are going to need. So it's wonderful for me.
Dr. Wei,
Thank
I
you.
actually get a little bit choked up listening to your resume because you're so impressive, but you have a heart of gold.
No, but thank you.
So we are talking about the heart today,
Yes.
which is really one of your areas of
Yes,
expertise.
yes.
And the question that I had, and maybe you've got something else you'd rather talk about, but I was curious, when people have a shooting pain in their heart versus that burning heart
Yes.
pain, which things should we be like driving to the emergency room, and which one should we be taking Tums for, or what have you?
Well, thank you. I think this is really a very important question. And the whole bottom line is, first of all, if you feel discomfort in your upper body here, okay, in the chest somewhere, you shouldn't ignore it, firstly. And secondly, it could mean something else, hopefully, or not, but it could be your heart too, so you need to pay attention. Now, you mentioned heartburn, and that's something real important for us to talk about, because heartburn can be also serious, but not life-threatening usually, but it can be very similar in terms of the way it feels. So what am I talking about? For those of us, some of us who haven't felt heartburn, let me tell you, it can be somewhat distressing also. You can feel the discomfort. You can feel sometimes it can go up to your jaw, and then you think, oh my God, it must be my heart. But not necessarily, so let's distinguish it. If it's your heart, it's probably not a point where you can point with your finger, okay? If it's your heart, it probably isn't going to be influenced by whether you're breathing in or out. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah, so those are the kind of things you can say to yourself. Well, let me see. Can I point it with one finger? If the answer is no, you have not excluded the heart. Well, does it matter if I breathe in or out? It shouldn't. But if it hurts more or less if you breathe in or out, it's something else we need to think about and talk about. And then, does it get worse if I'm trying to do something physical? Or does it get worse if I'm getting upset or angry or panicked? If those things exacerbate the discomfort, then it could be the heart, okay? So no matter what, you shouldn't ignore it, and no matter what, you should get some attention. It's always better to be reassured that it's not your heart, and they'll let you go home, put you on a medicine, and you'll be better for it.
Should we try to treat ourselves? Like, for example, if we think it's heartburn, should we try to take a Tums, wait 30 minutes, see if it goes away, or take a Tylenol for the pain, wait 30 minutes, see if it goes away?
Okay.
Here I am trying to self-medicate.
Yeah, so everybody would like to be able to doctor themselves a teeny bit, right? I mean, that's what we kind of tend to try to do. Here's the thing. If you've never sought medical attention, please do, okay? Because you need to get it looked at. But if you've had this problem, if you've taken Tums and the discomfort went away, okay, then is it wrong to try to take Tums again? Not necessarily. I have some patients who can't tell between heartburn and cardiac pain, okay? So then what do? Well, sometimes I tell them, well, look, first I'd like for you to take Tums, okay? Let's wait. Half an hour later, I'll check in with you or you check in with me. And if it's not any better, then let's talk more. Some of my patients have both gastroesophageal reflux disorder, which is GERD. I'm sure you've heard of it. Everybody has heard of it. It just means that you have reflux. And it can simulate cardiac. But the difference is that obviously if you took some antacid, you know, like Tums or its equivalent, or Pepsid and its equivalent, and you feel better and you've done it before, then it may be just that. But what if you also have heart disease? Because many people do. They can have both the reflux and they also can have a cardiac problem. So then what do? Well, first try to take your Tums at the same time. Now, you may be already prescribed medicine for your heart, but don't hesitate to take it also. You could also have spasm of your esophagus, okay? And that could hurt like heck. If ever you've tried to swallow food and it somehow didn't quite go down and it got stuck right here, it hurts like heck, and you're just gonna sit there and in a little bit, like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, it'll slowly dissipate in you. Maybe you drink a little drink of water. You may be at a restaurant with your friends and stuff, and you don't want to, you know, upset everybody, but now you know it could have been spasm, and you want to get it looked at too.
Okay, well, I mean, certainly lots of conditions around the heart, and
Yes.
you're our girl.
Yes.
We'll be talking more about this subject
Yes.
in the coming months.
Yes.
Well, great to see you,
Thank
Dr. Wei.
you.
Thank you
Thank
as
you so
always.
much,
So
Nicole.
grateful.
Thank you.
Dr. Wei will be back to continue our discussion on the heart next month in celebration of the American Heart Association's Wear Red for Women Day. But until then, I encourage you to check out her book, Aging Well, The Complete Guide to Physical and Emotional Health, available everywhere books are sold. Now, who says you can't have a stunning, fresh floral arrangement in the middle of winter and picked right from your own backyard? Not me, and I'll show you how next. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.